Brighten up those dark mornings. Wheeler, Ollie, and Lekter. Mornings at the Cabin.
Good morning. Welcome to Mornings at the Cabin. You might not recognize this voice per se over this intro music. I'm usually not in this early. But we gotta switch things up once in a while, especially on Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to all you lovebirds and all you not so lovebirds, all you in and out of lovebirds. Or the ones that maybe love just hasn't found them yet. Happy Valentine's Day to all. It's not a very inclusive holiday. It's not even a holiday. Why do we celebrate it? I guess it's nice. It's nice. Celebrate nice things. Lots coming up this morning. Wheeler will be in, I assume.
Mornings at the Cabin, the podcast.
You have to love today because it's Valentine's Day. That's right. We're doing the whole intro over again because I was late. It's almost as if Lekter wasn't here.
Do I get to say Wheeler traipsed in
Yes, you
a couple
do. Go ahead.
minutes
Yeah,
ago?
go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Wheeler joins us now.
Yeah, just traipsing in a couple of minutes late.
That was nice.
I went to so last night I went to the gym.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, see, visual stuff doesn't work on radio. I did the air quotes.
You could tell. They could tell you were doing air.
I went to trivia, and I feel bad about it, and I feel bad because I've actually been eating pretty well these last few weeks as part of this life change. I haven't been able to make it to every class, so I've been trying to eat as well as good as possible.
Right.
And being really good at like my portioning and like my timing of eating and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Last night, just didn't feel like going to the gym. Went to trivia.
Threw caution to the wind.
I threw caution into the wind and had some wings, had a few pops, and today I feel. Well, I got heartburn, which is, like you said, ironic on this Valentine's of days.
This holiest of days.
Where we celebrate the death of Cupid. Or is it the birth? Or is it just Cupid? I have no idea. Buy everyone you love a card, and then forget that you said that about them for the rest of the year. Why can't we keep Valentine's with us all year round?
You don't?
No, I don't.
Oh.
No.
You know what? No one ever says that about Valentine's Day.
No, because
that's
Valentine's
odd.
Day is fake. It's
Well,
not a real thing.
But we celebrate it.
Well, do we celebrate or do we just kind of like it's kind of like a habit at this point? It's just kind of like it's this day, so I have to do this because there's expectations with it. I think that's what I was trying to say yesterday with Ollie, is that the expectations are there. Like if you don't do something for Valentine's Day, like other people are like, oh, is everything okay?
Yeah.
Relationship. It's like, yeah.
It's a very keeping up with the Joneses kind of.
Yeah. Well,
holiday.
look what John over there did for his wife.
He must really love her.
He must really love it. And it's like an old trope in like sitcoms and stuff, right? Where like the husband forgets.
Yeah. And
like he's just a bumbling idiot, but he's got this like super hot wife for some reason. It's it's Kevin James. And he just messes up Valentine's Day and like
naturally.
It's even a thing on The Simpsons where all Homer and his friends are all like really, really mad at Apu for doing all the crazy Valentine's Day stuff he does.
Yep.
So it's a trope that goes back a while. It's like it's almost kind of ingrained in us to do it.
So you're saying it's more there,
literally any other holiday.
It's there for lazy comedy writers more than anything else.
That's pretty much it. I think that's why it was brought up. Like it came up through the vaudeville days, and they were just like, let's just create a holiday where we can have easy jokes about neglectful husbands.
We need a premise. We need men to suck.
That's right.
And women to be mad about
That's
it.
right. That's right.
The day of love.
The day of
Valentine's
love.
Day.
Well, you celebrate it out there, everybody. All you lovers and non-lovers. And
for those that it does mean something to, it is nice. It's
just because it doesn't mean anything to us doesn't mean it can't mean anything to you.
Yeah.
That's
so
right.
happy Valentine's
Happy
Day.
Valentine's. It's a great day.
How'd we get on that from your your diet?
Oh, because I have heartburn.
Foibles.
Because I have heartburn
right.
from the beer and the pop
Naturally.
the pop and the chicken wings.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I had 18 of them.
We'll get a coffee in you. Get that heartburn.
Yeah, that's right. That'll do it. That'll kick it out. If you have any, you know what? If we're going to open up that rant line, it's open all the time anyway, 867-675-0100. But if you want to toss in a rant about Valentine's Day, positive or negative or neutral, you can do that. I don't know what a neutral rant would sound like about Valentine's Day. It's just like, oh, it's a day. It's good.
You could really have a neutral rant about anything.
I think you can.
Can you?
Yeah.
Give it a shot.
Okay. Valentine's Day is today. It is today. It is on a Thursday, and it is just another day. Wait.
That sounded a little negative.
That sounded negative, right? He can't. I don't think he can do a neutral.
That was a good try.
That was a good shot.
Yeah.
It would be in Swiss, I imagine, any neutral rants. We're going to see how this plays out.
Want the meat and potatoes of the morning show with none of the filler? You've got it with the Mornings at the Cabin podcast. That's a strange breakfast, though.
Wheeler and Lekter with you on your Thursday morning. Some sad news to pass your way. The Opportunity rover has ended its 15-year mission. So after many failed attempts of reestablishing contact, Opportunity's mission has finally been declared complete by NASA, originally launched 15 years ago, and its original mission was to last 3 months, and it lasted 15 years, snapping photos and revealing astonishing glimpses into the planet's distant past. He was our little buddy up there on Mars and giving us so much more insight into what Mars is and what it looks like in its terrain. Beautiful story.
They just don't build them like they used to.
They don't. Little golf cart sized rover, and he's dead now. Well, he's not dead. I mean, he's out there. He's out there.
He's retired.
He's out there.
He's still got a long, happy life ahead of him.
There's this beautiful little cartoon because I mean, he was kind of like, the Opportunity rover is kind of like this symbol of like, okay, this is something kind of small, simple, like small. Like the little train, the little engine that could on Mars. And there's this beautiful little 4-panel cartoon. It's just like, it's a little picture of him, and there's a hand reaching out. It looks like the Grim Reaper's hand. And he goes, the little rover says, "It is time to go. Was I a good Mars rover?"
Oh.
And the Reaper says, "No. I'm told you were the best." And they walk away into the
hand
horizon.
in hand.
Hand in hand.
Oh.
Hand in, arm.
Yeah. Linking arms.
Yeah.
How do you embrace the Grim Reaper?
I don't think you can.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you can really. I mean, if you want to just kind of keep that in your life, like this is how I see my life. I'm the Grim Reaper, but like keeping it on your shoulder. It's like,
I see.
Okay. Giving advice.
All right.
Yeah.
That's not the answer I expected.
Okay. Fair enough. It's so NASA obviously just saying like this is pretty incredible. It's obviously kind of sad to shut this down, but obviously did its mission.
Yeah.
For much longer than it was supposed to.
Yeah, no kidding.
And it also kind of just changed how we explore planet. Like
imagine the overtime they made. Holy.
That's right.
Good Lord.
That's right. This rover is going to be owed so much money when they pick it up.
when that rover makes it back to Earth,
yeah,
NASA is going to be bankrupt.
Probably.
Paying that overtime.
They're close to bankrupt already. Yeah. So
isn't it funny how ultimately, like, without us, inanimate objects, obviously it moved around, so it's kind of animate, but doesn't have a personality or a soul of its own. It does have a
personality. How dare you?
Isn't it awesome how we can, like, just
grow attached to that stuff?
Yeah, like our human emotions. We can be like, oh, this poor rover.
It's one of our greatest weaknesses as a species.
I'm picturing him like basically like Wall-E now.
That's right. And that's kind of what he is. I mean, that's kind of how he was seen. He's like this kind of scrappy, do everything you can, go beyond your expectations kind of thing. And that's, I mean, partially what Wall-E was kind of based on. If you look at the head of it, it kind of looked like Wall-E's face or head.
Embodies all the best things we like to think about humans. Except it's not human, and
that's right.
It's a lot better than.
Well, we I mean, as humans, we project all our love onto things.
Yeah,
onto things, literally to things. And I mean, it's got a bit of a personality.
More so than other humans.
That's right.
Other humans
we project onto other humans a great deal.
The hell with all.
And when I say it's one of our greatest weaknesses, I also mean that it's one of our greatest strengths as well, is to put that out there for just things and to feel something for something that would be considered kind of inanimate.
Do you think he makes cute little embracing noises like Wall-E? Yeah. Oh.
People are like, just when he's moving around, he's like,
Just want to give him a belly rub.
That's right. Roll over. Oh, God.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast was recorded before a sort of live, thankfully not in the studio, audience.
Happy Valentine's Day out there. It's Valentine's Day is in full swing in Studio One. We are feeling the love.
I just became aware of
Valentine's Day?
Galentine's Day.
Oh, yeah, that's totally a thing.
I didn't know that was a thing.
That's from, I believe it's from Parks and Recreation.
Yes.
I mean, it may have been a thing before that. That's the first I had ever heard about it.
Yeah.
It's where, like, Leslie Knope, and it takes out all her friends, all her girlfriends.
Right.
And I think it's, like, it's before Valentine's. I think it's...
Oh, was it the day before?
No, I think it's, like, the opposite day of it. I can't remember what it is.
The opposite day.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like six months.
6 months
from
now?
before, yeah, something like that.
Oh, okay.
I could be wrong. I love that show, and I can't remember. But
that-
I think it's like the same week. And anyway, you get together with your girlfriends.
Right.
And you go out and you do girly things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Like shooting and skinning animals.
Chewing tobacco.
That's right. Well, I mean, if you're looking for a Valentine's Day event, the wolf pelts are up to $1,700. Government's going to pay for wolf pelts, so
$1,700.
$1,700.
Oh, last time that was $900.
Right, and it shot right up to $1,650.
Oh my God!
There were wolf tracks at Tin Can Hill last night, so go out there and find yourself a wolf and kill it for $1,600.
Tin Can Hill, man.
I have
That's
not.
too close.
Because of all, and maybe I'm being silly, but I have not let Betty off the leash in a little bit. Not around Niven, because that's where we're seeing a lot of sightings out there.
Yeah,
not a Tin Can.
Repeatedly
Folk on the Rocks.
around.
Folk on the Rocks a little bit better.
There's been more than a few wolf sightings just on Long Lake.
Yeah,
so
So I'm just kind of, she's still a pup, so she kind of goes off and does her thing. So I'm just kind of keeping a closer eye on her. But yeah. Oh well. When are the wolves gonna learn their lesson?
Right?
Right? Get out of here, wolves. Go back where you came from. What's that? They're from... Oh, no. We are on there. Oh, we did it. Oh. You can't hear, but this is our animal expert just off mic going, no, she's... I mean, yeah, she's an agent. Wolves are natural.
I hate our animal expert.
I know.
You know? So preachy.
Yeah, right? Just get off your high horse.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast.
Move over, Rudy. There's another Rudy to Rudy. I'm talking about Rudy, of course, the footballer who charmed his way into Notre Dame by being average and white. Now there is a new Rudy the Bulldog, who just absolutely crushed the agility course at the WKC Masters over the weekend. The Westminster Kennel Club, for those of you who are not up to snuff on your dog show lingo. Anyway,
which are most, I would assume.
I think most. Yeah. I am a staunch follower of what's going on at the Westminster Kennel Club.
Fan.
Absolutely. He had competed in the 16-inch division, jumps of 12 inches. Now, what's funny about this is that just like the announcers, just like us, are like, well, a bulldog's a bulldog. He's not particularly agile. This little guy, all over the place, just crushes this agility course, and it's kind of making the rounds. It's gone viral, as you say.
I try to think about what the career path of a play-by-play announcer for the Westminster Dog Kennel Club show.
Well, I mean, you start with small dog shows, and you work your way up.
That's right. Is that something someone aspires to? Are they if you grow up and you're a kid and you're like, broadcasting seems like a really cool industry to go into, and like us growing up in Canada, we're like, Bob Cole. Be really cool to be the next Bob Cole.
Be Bob Cole. Bob Cole of doing dog shows would be pretty good.
Oh my God,
that'd be great.
That would be amazing. Yeah. Can he? He can still do that.
Oh baby, look at Rudy go. I think so. It'd probably be like there's usually two announcers, right? So one's probably like an expert. Who maybe took some broadcasting school to become better there, and then there's like the color guy who like is a broadcaster who then like learns as much as he can about all the dogs. Right. That's probably how it goes. And if Best in Show has taught me anything, it's that one's going to be an expert and one's going to be Fred Willard, and he's just going to make really off-color comments the entire time.
Bob Cole and Fred Willard broadcast team for a dog show.
And how great would be Bob Cole calling every dog the Maple Leafs. And the Leafs are really agile today. Oh, baby. And Fred Willard saying, to think in some countries these dogs are eaten. If you haven't seen Best in Show, watch Best in Show. It's one of the greatest comedies ever made. And just check it out. Go to YouTube and like Rudy the Bulldog. It's adorable because he's not like it's a bulldog, but it's not like you think of maybe a show bulldog might be like pretty. He's not.
Yeah,
he's just agile.
No, yeah, he's just got all the tools.
That's
make
right.
It around that course.
He's a 5-tool dog.
it's a pretty incredible video.
Well, he's 4 tools because he got fixed.
Where'd you find that on Bar Down?
Yeah, it was on Bar Down, but I found it on YouTube as well.
Yeah.
Sports. It's going to the dogs. Jesus. I'm sorry, everyone.
Mornings at the Cabin, the podcast where we cut out all the great music and you're left with the rest.
There was a quirky little story. You know how you've never won the lottery?
How do you know?
I'm asking. You've never won the lottery?
Correct.
You've never won the lottery.
Correct.
No.
I've never won the lottery.
It was a question.
You saw right through me.
I did. Yeah. You can't lie to me, Scott. It's all in your eyes. I've never won the lottery either. But when you do win the lottery, especially like a big prize, like probably, I think you have to go public with every lottery win you do. Unless it's like a few $100. If it's over like a certain amount, like maybe $10,000 or whatever,
right? You
have to make it public.
Yeah, there's an accountability thing from the lottery side.
That's right.
To make sure that people know that they're not just funneling this money into organized crime or something. People are actually receiving these
Absolutely.
Winnings. Yes.
Absolutely. I would funnel it into organized crime.
I mean, there's nothing stopping you technically.
That's right.
Except the law. But if that doesn't matter to you, then do whatever you're going to do.
Whatever. The law is whatever we want it to be. So you have to go public, and usually you have to do like a picture or whatever. They release your picture.
Yes.
Anyway, a guy in Jamaica was picking up his lottery prize, and he decided to wear a mask. He's like, I don't want anybody to know. Now, I don't know if it's different in Jamaica. Maybe they don't make your name public, but your image. But he wore a mask.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool.
I know here they have to publish a name.
I think, I always think about that. Like if you won the $60 million jackpot, yeah. Because I think you have a year, 6 months to a year before you have to tell anybody. I would wait all of that time.
Yeah.
I would wait as long as I possibly could. And then the night before I had to make it public, I'd get everybody in a room together and tell them all how much I hate them and I'm never going to have to see them again because I won the lottery and I'm leaving. No, I would get everyone together and be like, listen, everybody take a week off work or 2 weeks off work. We're going to somewhere. Just that's what we're doing. So you'd show up. I'd already have, I wouldn't have gotten my first lottery payment yet, but I'd empty my bank account for a nice little party.
Yeah.
So get everybody together and be like, what's going on? Are you finally getting married? And be like, no. What are you, an idiot? And I just sit everybody down and be like, listen, everybody take the next 2 weeks off work. And you'll be like, well, I can't take 2 weeks off work. Don't worry. I'm going to pay for it. I'd pay you out for the 2 weeks, pay your boss out however it went. And it was just like, we're getting on a plane tomorrow and we're all going to Edmonton.
Yay!
Yeah. No, we'll go somewhere. We'll go to a nice place in the Dominican or something like that. Wow. And people.
My heart's set on Edmonton.
Yeah, right. Well, we'll stop there. We'll do a layover.
Okay.
It's going to be a charter flight.
Yeah.
All right, Lekter?
Lots of fun along the way.
That's right.
All right.
We'll get a Learjet, and we'll just do it that way. That's how I would like to do it. Yeah. That's how I'd like to announce to all my friends. Obviously, I'd give like a few $1 million to this little operation that we have. I'd fund the Patreon.
Hey, toss some change.
Toss some change, exactly. Yeah. I can finally go donate to the Patreon. I'll give you $10 a month.
Yeah.
Obviously, fully fund this, and then just take everybody for like 2 weeks.
That'd be nice
on a something.
We'll just jukebox music for 2 weeks.
Just
and
blow off everything.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, like we'd have the money then. I'd just be like, I'd pay someone to stay here. Like you do it. We don't want you on this vacation with us.
Ollie could just remote and
that's right.
Yeah, he could do it from wherever
we'd have the technology.
That's not a bad idea though. The getting back to the guy with the mask,
right? So he wore the Scream mask.
Yeah, I mean, who knows who this guy is or what kind of history he might have, but
that's right. He might be wanted by the authorities.
Who knows? I mean, he might have very legitimate safety, security reasons for wanting to do that.
I mean, I imagine a lot of people, like there's a lot of people who may win the lottery who like, I don't want anyone to know because now I'm going to have like my entire family hitting me up for money.
Constantly. We in the past, we both spent some time in the media now and journalism, and I've heard at least a few stories just up here alone of people who have won, even just like on a scratch ticket, just won the lottery, and then
hit up all the time,
and then we have a responsibility to publish that.
Oh, that's right,
to publish that news, and then we got emails saying, "How dare you?
How dare you? We are going to sue you." It's like, wait, that's not how that works.
No, you're not.
That's not how that works. This is the way it is.
Yeah, we are doing our job. But I mean,
we got one of those recently, actually.
Not over a lottery thing.
I'm going to proceed with legal action. And I thought that sounded pretty official, but we looked into it. No, you're not.
It's kind of when you're in the media, it's kind of a bit of a double-edged sword when you get an email like that, because it on one hand it's like, I've upset someone, that's unfortunate. Yeah. But on the other hand, it's like, you're aware of us.
You've been listening.
All right. We've got your attention, have we? Yeah, so it's kind of a good and bad sort of thing. But I mean, obviously, with someone like Ollie, who is a very experienced journalism leading the ship, we kind of know the ins and outs and what's appropriate and what's not appropriate. So we don't really have too many concerns there. But
he is a very experienced journalism.
Yeah, but if you ever want to challenge Ollie on that, by all means, send him an email.
Absolutely.
He loves dissecting people's complaints.
I love it when he sighs and has a furrowed brow. It's my favorite Ollie. If you won the lottery, how would you announce it?
Well, I'd wear a mask too.
I would too. Absolutely. Yeah. I wouldn't want anybody to die.
I'd probably wear a Felix Potvin goaltender mask.
Good
classic.
It's a deep cut.
What do you mean?
Felix the Cat.
That's the greatest goalie mask of all time. Come on.
Eddie the Eagle. Cujo.
Yeah, Cujo's is pretty good.
Pretty good.
That's a good point.
Pretty good.
Cool. All right. Yeah, how about you? What mask would you wear?
Prove you wrong again. I'd wear that shark
John
head.
Van Beesbrook?
Johnny Van Beesbrook. No, I'd wear that shark head that we have floating around here somewhere.
Oh, okay. There you go. Yeah.
Is that still at your house? That you stole it after Halloween?
No, I brought it back.
Oh, okay.
It's here. Don't worry.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we're not going to win the lottery.
Cabin Radio's Morning Show Podcast. All the best chat, none of the embarrassing mistakes.
Adrienne Cartwright is in the studio. What up?
How's it going?
Oh, pretty good. Thanks.
Good.
Okay, great. Thanks for coming by. No, we just wanted to. You're here to do a little recording. We figured we'd rope you in for one final break on the Mornings of the Cabin show. Good to have you. How did opening night go last night for Brrrlesque?
It was amazing.
Yes,
it was great. It was a great kickoff to show week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, our first official show of
first
4.
official show. That's right.
Do you consider the dress rehearsal a show on its own? Because there's actually an audience.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I mean, they turned it into a show. I mean, they sold tickets for it.
Yeah, and it's interesting because it's nice. I actually was having this argument with my partner about whether or not you should have audiences for a dress rehearsal.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And his argument was, well, you might have to stop and start. It would be kind of weird. Right. Whereas I was like, you know what? It's good to kind of have that practice in front of an audience.
Yeah.
And we had such a great dress rehearsal crowd. Like, we had more people, I think, than we've ever had at a dress rehearsal before. And they were so enthusiastic. And it was great because it kind of helped get all of that nervous building up to show energy out. So when the show opened officially last night, we were all just in the zone, ready to go. It was good.
Yeah, awesome. There's a positive there because they kind of understand that it's a dress rehearsal too. Mm-hmm. So they're going to be probably, like you said, a bit more like supportive.
Yeah.
Because they're like, okay, this, they know that a stop and start might happen or someone's going to fumble or something like that.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, I heard the crowd was great. The crowd was great last night as well.
You generally know it's going to be a pretty good audience, like a pretty supportive audience.
Yeah.
Like, especially at a dress rehearsal, right? Like, I don't imagine too many people go to a dress rehearsal and be like, if anything goes wrong,
my money back.
I will be furious.
I am leaving. Yeah, no.
I am a paying customer. So I wanted to ask, did you notice, I mean, obviously you're very, very wrapped up in what you're doing, but did you notice Ollie in the crowd? He was at his first Brrrlesque.
That was Tuesday.
Last night, or for the dress rehearsal.
Yeah, he was there for the dress.
Not last night, not for opening night, but for the dress rehearsal.
Yeah, okay. So I remember when you guys were talking about the show and he was going on about his hate on for glitter and, all this kind of thing. He managed to score himself a front row table. Yeah. He was in the glitter section, and then he complained about it. He was having a great time.
So privileged.
He was having a great time. Ear to ear grin on that guy. He got to participate in a little bit of the crowd.
There you go.
Host interactions. He was having a good time.
All right.
Very good. Well, I'm looking forward to it. I'm going on Saturday. Mm-hmm. You're going on Friday.
Yep.
Right on.
Tomorrow night.
See closing night. You get to see them blow the tank out.
And then you get to go to the after party.
Yeah.
You'll just want to go to bed.
Probably.
Yeah.
You and me, we can curl up in the corner and
That's
have
right.
a nap.
Yeah, Saturday's my I get one day off.
You got to go to one burlesque.
No, I'll
party.
go to an after party, and I'll put on my own burlesque.
There you go.
That's right.
There will be an opportunity.
Just before we go, though, I did want to say, I did want to mention this one thing. I wanted to get your opinion on it, and also, Scott, we were going to talk about this because you're such a huge Beatles fan.
I am.
The new Danny Boyle movie, the guy who directed Trainspotting, Slumdog Millionaire, most of us know who Danny Boyle is. His new movie is called Yesterday. It's about a young man who is a singer-songwriter who's struggling, and then something happens, and he wakes up in a world where nobody has heard of the Beatles. They've never existed except him. He knows. And he knows all their songs.
Right.
Because it's like his favorite stuff to play. So he starts like playing their songs and becomes the biggest singer-songwriter in the world. It looks like a lot of fun. It looks like a really kind of a heartwarming movie. Because, it appears that he has a massive existential crisis about it because, of course, he feels like he's doing something disingenuous.
Right. Yeah. And so is it, and I remember reading about this a few months ago and thinking, yeah, that sounds like a really interesting premise. And then you reminded me of it the other day because it's actually pretty much ready for, when is it being released?
Coming out very soon.
Yeah. Is it set in like now, like modern day?
Present day,
and the Beatles never happened?
Existed.
It's interesting to think about where
all the ramifications around that.
Well, and just like how music has changed so much since the Beatles. Like, there's still the biggest thing that ever happened in pop music.
I think, I think if you did like a science fiction kind of version of that, you would see all those ramifications. I'm not sure they'll touch on that just because it makes it that much more complicated.
Yeah.
If they don't exist, then these other bands don't exist. And what does that mean? A butterfly flaps its wings in New York, and you got a tidal wave in Indonesia, that kind of thing. Chaos.
Yeah, I don't think
theory.
they're looking to get into that.
Maybe
No,
not.
no.
Adrienne, you checked out the trailer. What's up? You think? How does it look to you?
It looks interesting. It's nice when you see trailers for films that you don't know the story.
That's right. Yeah. Don't know the whole story.
And you don't know what the formula is going to be because you don't know the story.
Yeah.
So it's kind of refreshing to be able to go into theater and say, I have no idea what's going to happen in this movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is refreshing.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Should be a lot of fun. Looking forward to it.
Absolutely. We are cutting way into 90s at 9. People are probably baying for blood and screaming at their mobile devices. It's 9.
Well, let's get to it then.
That's right.
Jeez.
The 90s at 9. Hey, Adrienne. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thanks for dropping by.
Well, I have to finish my Valentine special, which
That's right.
y'all should tune into later today.
All right.
What time does it air? Go.
I don't know. Scott hasn't told me yet. I have no idea what time it's on.
We'll send Ollie a message.
We are an organization.
But yeah, it's a 2-hour special dedicated to organs.
To organs?
Organs. That's all I'm going to say.
All right, sir.
Thanks for listening. Check out more from the show at cabinradio.ca.